What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we start the Gauntlet series for the Bang Olufsen Beoplay EXs. I recently released a video for the unboxing of these earbuds, and if you're interested in watching that first, you want to go ahead and click on this link here. It will take you to that video, and then come on back, and you can enjoy what we got coming up here, which is the Gauntlet series. Now, for everybody who hasn't been here or hasn't seen my previous videos, what I mean by the Gauntlet series, you can go ahead and check out my previous videos. I've done them for several other earbuds, but just to be quick about it, I take the featured earbuds of the day, which is the EXs, and I'll run through a gauntlet, which are 5 earbuds that I have that are actually my top 5 in my collection. And we compare everything from price to Bluetooth connectivity to specs to apps, and then eventually special features, and then sound, of course. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the EXs up against the Sony WF-1000XM4s. Whoops, almost dropped that one. By far, these were one of my favorite earbuds out of the top 5. I mean, I love them all, but these guys have a special place with me. Unfortunately, they have moved down the ladder a couple notches, so now they're coming in at number 5 on my list. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, we're back in head-to-head Gauntlet series, episode 1, the Bang Olufsen Beoplay EXs versus the Sony WF-1000XM4s. I'm just going to refer to them as the EXs and the XM4s respectively. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the pricing. The EXs you can get at $399, and the XM4s you can get at $279. You can get them both either on Amazon or their manufacturer website. I think you may be able to get the XM4s now at on a sale. I'm not sure, but last time I checked, they were still $279 on both websites. All right, so excuse me. Let's go ahead and take a look, compare the cases here. As you can tell, the EX's case is a little chunkier. I do like the soft matte finish that it has. Very classy. The Bang Olufsen obviously on labeling on it. And if you open it, it stays open. It doesn't like fall closed. So it then has that subtle thud when it closes. It doesn't like a loud clap. It doesn't do that. And it just all of a sudden, I guess it's with the hinge, because even when you try to push down to make it go fast, the hinge slows it down. So that's a very classy look there. Of course, you got your battery indicator there, and of course your USB Type-C port on the back. Very soft. Like I said, it's a little chunkier, but I do like it can go into a pocket. I definitely slide into your hip pocket, but I wouldn't recommend it for the skinny jeans brigade out there, because it's a little bit thick here. Let's go ahead and pull up the XM4 case. Now, this is one of the sleeker cases that I've seen. I mean, I've got other ones that are smaller, obviously. So if we go ahead and just try the thickness here, let's see. I guess they're pretty much even no matter how you slice it. This just stands taller, obviously. But also I love the matte finish on these as well. Got the USB-C on the back, port on the back, and of course your charging light indicator right here in the front. Sony labeling on it, matte black. You ain't got to worry about fingerprints. A little bit more plasticky feel compared to the EX case. But still very pocketable. This can slide into a pocket with no problem, and as more so than the EX case. So let's go ahead and take a look at the earbuds themselves, okay? we'll pull one out here. We'll pull one out here. Let's take a look. Obviously, two totally different form factors, as you got the stem style with the EXs, and of course you got the rounded XM4 style, just in regular in-ear earbud. They both sport that little round ergonomic shaping here. This is actually on an attached. It seems like it's like an attached part to the ears, to the stems. Like you have your stem here, and then they attach this part to it from what it looks like to me. But this is where it sits into your ear well, and of course, your ear tip goes right into the ear there. Makes it very comfortable to wear, especially for long periods of time. You don't suffer that ear fatigue because most of the hardware stuff is out here, from my understanding, with the exception of your wear sensor and everything like that. So if we look at the XM4 earbud, it's just an overall ergonomic. So this all sits in your ear, despite the fact that it's a big earbud, but despite that fact, it's very comfortable, very light in the ear, and like I said, this whole section here just sits right here, sits into your ear well. When you twist and lock, it sits down in. I love wearing these. These are very comfortable earbuds. I don't worry about pressure as far as in the ear canal. I also, with these ones they come with comply foam tips right out of the box, as does the EXs. And of course, I've switched to both. I switched them both because I like that seal that it provides. So it helps with noise canceling as well as audio. So as you can see, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and put each one of these in one of my ears. That's the Sony. Okay, and then we'll put that's the XM4. We'll put the EX in, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my phone. We're gonna take a picture, and I will show you the aesthetics of both of them, how they both look in the ear. Okay, so all right, we'll do Sony first. All right, and the EX. Make sure we in frame here. Okay. All right. So as you can see, this is how the XM4 sits in your ear. Notice it just sits in there really nice. Right in that ear well. See how the ergonomics works, how it just goes completely around the ear well. It just hugs your ear hugs it, keeps it secure. So once these are in, they do not come out. Like you can work out in them and everything, they do not come out. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the EXs. Okay, as you can see, they don't fill the ear well completely like the XM4s do, but they do get a good seal down here in the lower part of your ear well. And of course, you got your stem style with your boom mic right here for talking on the phone. But they also are very light, comfortable fit, and with what the comply foam tips in, they get that seal. They don't move either. So very nice there. They both feel very good. Like I got tired looking at the side of my head. So, all right. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and let's talk spec speed with these two. All right. So both of them rock the Bluetooth 5.2. They both support SBC and AAC. However, XM4s support LDAC, where the EXs support aptX adaptive. They both have noise canceling. However, they do have their different variants. The EXs have what they call adaptive ANC, whereas the Sony XM4s have, I guess they just have just their industry leading active noise canceling, which is basically the next best in the business beside that of the Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds, which I do not own. Uh, you know, I just don't own them. But they do have the best, their best active noise canceling, and these are, and the Sony XM4s are right up there with it. Okay, as far as battery life, with the EXs, with the ANC on, you can get up to 6 hours on the earbuds. With ANC off, you can get up to 8 hours. The case with the charging with the case would give you up to an additional 20 hours. So you're looking at a maximum of 28 hours with the combination. Again, like I said, it depends on the ANC being turned on, and of course, your volume level also plays a part with that. However, with the XM4s, ANC on, you get 8 hours, which is another very impressive. And with ANC off, you get 12 hours. And then with the case, you will get up to 24 hours of complete charge. Then again, like I said, that goes in that has to do with I'm sorry, not 24. Is it about 32 hours? 32 hours of I believe of charging time. But then again, like I said, that has to do with ANC, and your volume also plays a part there. Both earbuds, both cases support fast charging or quick charging, whichever way you want to designate it. With the EXs, 20 minutes would give you about they say 1 3/4 hours, like an hour 45 minutes of playtime. With the with the XM4s, you want 5 minutes would give you an hour. So by far, the XM4s really take the cake there with that 5 minute quick charge time. That's very impressive. Both cases are Qi wireless charging, so you can just go ahead and sit them both on the charging pad, walk away, come back and get them, and keep it moving. As far as water resistance, the EX is IP57 dust and waterproof. So they say you can dunk these. I'm not sure I want to try that, but that's what they say. They say they're waterproof, so that means they can be submerged. With the XM4s, they are IPX4, so they can be rained on, sweat on, but you cannot submerge these. But that's usually how it is with earbuds with ANC, and I guess the XM4s the EXs are breaking that mold in that regard. But that's what you have here. So very nice there. And as far as they both support, from my understanding, my understanding and my experience, they both support fast charging fast pairing. As soon as I popped them open when I first got them, phone, tablet picked them up, chart linked up, paired up, and they were good to go. Same with the XM4s. However, neither support, I'm a lie. The EXs do support multi-pairing. So that way you can use this with 2 devices at once. The XM4s do not support it at this point. I really wish Sony would bring an update out to give that to these earbuds, but this is just my opinion. They brought out the headphones, the WH-1000XM5s. Those have multi-point pairing enabled. So I'm thinking the XM5 earbuds may be the ones getting the multi-point function before an update for these the XM4s get it, which is sad. But hopefully I'm wrong. And like I said, it's just my suggestion, just my thoughts on it. Hopefully I'm wrong about that, and they bring out an update to give that feature or unlock that feature for these earbuds that'll make these guys all the more better. All right, so now that we have gotten all the specifics out of the way, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pair each set of earbuds up to the phone. We're going to take a look at their apps and see who has what and who doesn't have what on there, and we'll go from there. So stay strapped in. All right, we're back in. As you can see, we've got the Beoplay EXs already paired up. So what we can do, we're going to go ahead and dive into the B&O app. I try to get this keep this as much as in focus as I can with this bright background. Okay, first comes up, it allowed me to select either one, either my EQs or my EXs. Of course, we're gonna go with the EX here because that's the soup du jour, if you will. All right, let's go ahead in. All right, now as you can see, they show you the case and the earbuds, and of course you got your battery strength for all three. All right, you got your media controls here: play, pause, skip, and reverse. Of course, you got your volume slider here. I don't know if I can get that in focus here. You can slide it to maximum and slide it back down. You'll get tactile feedback when you do that. And of course, you go into your surroundings, which is basically your ANC. You got ANC, transparency, and then you got neutral. Of course, when you're in transparency mode, you can either use the rocker. You can allow you to slide up. I always do this. All right, you can slide it back to 2, then back to 1, and then back up to 3. But if you also have the option to select adaptive ANC, which basically turns up or turns down the noise canceling depending on your surroundings. I leave that off. Let me see here, and let's see. As far as their transparency mode, their noise canceling. Give me a second here. I know. Okay, so you can go in and now I have noise canceling on, and I can still sort of hear my voice. I have adaptive on. I got a beep. All right, I got another beep for transparency mode. And then I got just a little knock for neutral. I mean, some of the audio, it did block out some things, but I can still hear my snaps. Yep, I can still hear my snaps. Let me go ahead to noise canceling. I can still hear my snaps. So the noise canceling on these earbuds definitely needs some work. All right, so we'll go ahead and continue on. We go into your listening modes. Let me turn that off. You go into your listening modes. You have, let me see if I can get this in focus here. There we go. You got your optimum, which will always be there. You cannot do anything with that. I have 2 settings. I have my personal setting. I'll let y'all take a look at what that is. I have it on the circle on high bass. And then of course I got test for when I do my testing on these on my videos. That way I'm gonna put it on test because that basically eliminates the equalizer. And of course you got sport clear. Then you got your dial here where you can go ahead and set it to however you want. Let me see if I can get that in focus. See that dial there? You can move it. I don't know if you can see that circle as it goes around. Let me see if I can get that for you. All right, so you can have it anywhere you want, whatever setting you want. And then I just choose to put it back in the set right now. That way, when we do our sound test, it doesn't have anything to do with the results. Okay. So then if you go up here Let me get a little closer. If you go here to the three dashes, click on that. Then you can shuffle which presets you want, including the presets that you set up. Like say, for instance, you don't want sport, you want commute. You can move sport down, slide commute up, or you can slide podcast. So you don't want commute, you want podcast, you want to slide that up. And now that preset's in there. Okay. So, but the only one that you cannot change is optimal. That optimal setup, as you can see, optimal has been selected. So you cannot use that one. All right. That one you cannot remove. It will stay there. It's standard. So, all right. So let's go ahead and move forward here. You got your call settings. I really wish they had a black background, a black theme for this one. That would be great. All right. So let's go into call settings. Here you can set how you want the earbuds to react when you have a phone call. Do you want them set to where it focuses on your voice? Say, for instance, you're in a area where there's a lot of sound, or like a restaurant or something like that, and you just want the phone, your voice to be focused on, and just basically drop, for the lack of a better term, deaden your ambient noise. You can set that to there, and then you can also turn it up. You can move it, go up 2, 3, down, all the way down to 1. And you can turn it all the way up. All right, you'll get an audible feedback when it's set to whatever you want it to be at. Then of course you got neutral, and you got noise canceling, and you still have your slider there to tell the intensity of which you want it set on. I leave it set on voice. My voice is in case I get a call and I want them to be able to hear what I'm saying. Okay, so then of course, then you got your automatic standby here. That basically you have that turned on. If there's inactivity after up to 15 minutes, after 15 minutes, the earbuds will shut off. This helps with battery. Battery life as far as your earbuds are concerned. Okay, and if you move down below, you see you got some icons here. This one here is for multi-room. Now this is more for, say for instance, you have some of the B&O home speakers, home theater system, things like that. You can use this portion of the app to operate those things. I like the fact that they added that in. That's a very important, very important piece of software if you have their home anything like their home audio equipment. All right, of course, then you got the music store. It's called, I guess it's Deezer. I haven't signed up for it. It's basically their version of Spotify. We hit up here. You can slide Deezer, DNLA, Spotify, and of course you got your personalizations. I haven't signed up for any of that, so it's from what I understand, it's a good app. Over 73 million tracks that you can choose from. So it's definitely something there that you like to listen to in that mix. That's also something that they offer, which is good. Then if you go over to the radio, then basically you can use, you listen to radio stations. You can say B&O's radio. They got, let me see, is that 105 points? Yeah, that's local here. They got the best local stations based on where you live. Yep, WITF, yep. 105.7, 98.5. Yeah, all these are local to where I'm at, where I live, which is very awesome. They do have a lot of them. You can go select all, and then you can just scroll and pick which radio station you want to listen to. I believe Wink 104, that's here in Harrisburg. You got the York area. This is awesome. Very cool that you can. And then, of course, if there's a specific one that's not in your area that you want to listen to, you can always do a search up here at the search bar and then search for it there. Okay. And let's go ahead and, back up. All right. So now if you go up here to the top, let me see if I can get you in focus up there. The 3 dots up here. Once you go back to the main screen, you have your options. Okay, you got Bluetooth pairing. Then you got product settings. If you click on that, you can go in, you can change the name of the product. If you lost your case and you got a replacement one, you can go ahead and select replace case and pair your new case up to the app. And then of course you got your software for click on that for software updates. I just did an update for these guys not too long ago, so they're good to go. And then of course you got your color options. You can go ahead and swing up to the bottom. See, I had the black anthracite. And if you had like the different ones, you can go ahead and choose it, like the anthracite oxygen. And then you got the gold tone. I do like the contrast of the anthracite oxygen, but when that black came available, I just couldn't resist. I had to get that black on black. Okay, so, and of course you got the about, which will give you more information about the website, about the app rather, and the product. And that is basically it for the Beoplay EQ app, or Beoplay app for the EQs, or EXs rather, excuse me. And what are we going to do is we're going to go ahead and swap out. We're going to disconnect these. We're going to pair up the XM4s, and then we're going to dive into the Sony app. Okay, so stay strapped in. All right, we're back in, and as you can see, we've got the 1000 XM4s all paired up, ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and jump right into the Sony headphones app. As you can see, we're already dialed in. And let me get you into focus here. Come on, focus this up. All right, so here we go. We got, of course, you got the name of the earbuds there at the top. You got the codec that is running, where this phone runs on AAC. Of course, now they changed it. Now they got the dark tone, which I really like. With the recent update, they changed the theme out. I like this. I think it's a more cleaner look in my opinion. All right, so then you've got pictures of the both earbuds and the case, and then of course you got the battery strength of each, and of course you see the Bluetooth logo showing that both earbuds are connected via Bluetooth to your phone. All right, so now if we go in, we got under the status, you've got, excuse me, your adaptive surround controls. We tap on that, it'll take you out basically to this screen here. Adaptive sound controls is turned on, but basically you can go ahead and change based on your location where you at, you can have adaptive sound set up accordingly. Okay, and then, okay, so then of course you got settings. I have nothing, surround sound, the ambient sound is on and everything like that. So moving down further rather, not forward, but further, you got your audio controls, play, pause, fast forward, rewind, and of course you got your volume slider, which of course obviously you've seen it affected the volume on the phone as it should. Okay, and then of course that will be it there. So we go ahead and click on sound. Now here you've got where it says you set to ambient sound. And then of course you can hit the drop down arrow here, and then you can switch between ambient sound, noise canceling. Then of course you got noise canceling, you got automatic wind noise reduction. Say for instance you're outside and it's windy, you can turn that on, and that will help with blocking out some of the wind noise. And of course you have off, which basically means just neutral, for the lack of a better term. Like as far as what the EX's app, it has neutral. That's Sony's version of neutral, off. All right, we'll leave it on noise canceling for the testing. Excuse me. Of course, if you scroll down further, you can do speak to chat. So basically, when you start talking, say for instance, you're listening to music, you're in the gym, or you're somewhere else where you're listening to music in your earbuds, and you start talking to someone, it will either stop or lower the volume of your audio. So that way you can hold your conversation. And then once you're done, uh, a few seconds later, the volume returns back to the original setting and you can continue on listening to your audio. Okay. So you have that there. Then, of course, down here you have your equalizer. You hit the gear bar here. Well, I'm sorry, that's for speak to chat, but it's not turned on. So we want to do that. So actually, you know what? Let's turn it on just so we can take a look at that. And of course, you can go in once you have it turned on. All right, you got voice detection sensitivity. I have it set to automatic. You can so focus on voice. Okay. And then you can get that out the way. You turn that on, and it says takes in voices while suppressing noise. So basically, it's taking in what what you're saying there or what someone else is saying. And then of course you got time until mode closes. You can set it for 5 seconds. Standard is 15 seconds. Long is 30 seconds, or it does not automatically shut down. So I leave it at 15 seconds because if you put it at do not do not close automatically, that stays on and it could affect also battery life. So we're gonna turn that off for now. And of course you got your timer. So then we back out, and of course we go into the equalizer. And of course, it's set to my preference, my custom one. But if you hit the down arrow here, you can go through and select which ones you want. You can turn them off, which is we'll leave it for the audio test, for the sound test. But you do have also, you do also have several. Let me switch fingers so I don't keep doing that. You got bright, excited, all these other presets that you can choose from. And of course, you've got your manual one, which you can create on your own. And of course, you got 2 custom ones that you can make your own. I'm still doing that. Okay, so we're gonna leave that off for now because we're gonna come back and do our testing. All right. So then you move down further. You've got 360 audio setup, 360 reality audio setup. I haven't done that, and I don't think I'll ever use that on here. I just haven't. I know it's you can go into 360 reality audio, install the app, and you can listen to tracks. It'll give you like that concert feel where you got the music all around you. It's from what I've read, it sounds like a very interesting app and everything, but it's not something I would use. And of course, then you can priority. Then you got your Bluetooth connection quality down here. Let's see if I can get this to focus for you. There we go. And then you can go in and prioritize either prioritize sound quality. It's basically if you want to use like the LDAC or anything, if you own that, you can use it here. Since I don't, my phone does not support LDAC. I just prioritize stable connection and let everything else play where it will. Then of course you got the DSEE Extreme, which is for compressed audio files. You can use this software to actually listen to those audio files at with high res. With high res. I don't know why I'm stumbling over that, but at high res, so you can get a great sound out of them. Okay, so we're gonna move on. We go over to system, and here you can have the voice assistant. Now I turned off my voice assistant so that way I could use my earbuds independently. I think the 1000XM3s had that issue. As long as you had the voice assistant turned on, if you took I believe it was the right earbud out, you couldn't use them independently. Basically, I think that's the same thing that holds true with these guys, because as soon as I got them, I turned off the voice assistant and never looked back. That way I can utilize my earbuds independently. And I think that still follows through over to the XM4s. I could be wrong though. If I am wrong, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know that I'm wrong, that it doesn't matter, or whatever I may be wrong about. But yeah, just go ahead and leave it in there, but be respectful when you do. All right, so moving on, you got your ambient sound controls and playback control on, like, in respective earbud left and right. So if you hit that gear button here, you can go in, you can set up your left earbud. You got the single tap and then the press and hold. If you press and hold the left earbud, it deadens your music so you can talk to a person. And then when you let it go, it returns back to the volume, your original volume setting. I have that set up there. Of course, you got the drop down here. You can select playback, volume, or just not assign it at all, along with ambient sound. But then on your right, I selected playback controls. And again, you can select any of them. And then I have single tap for play pause, double tap for next track, triple tap for the previous track. All right, so let me go back in there. All right, so I didn't want to do anything there, so we're gonna hit cancel. All right, so now if you scroll down a little further, you got ambient sound control, and then you click on that. This basically allows you to cycle through when you're using the ambient sound. You tap in on your left earbud, it will cycle through. It just tells them which ones they're going to cycle through, either noise canceling or ambient sound. And you turn off the off option, so that way you ain't got to worry about keep cycling through and saying off. And then, this gives you're either getting to one or the other. So that's what I like about that. Okay. And then of course, you got your optimal earbud fit. So you can tap on that and put your earbuds in, run the test, make sure you got the proper fit, secure fit. That way you can optimize the sound that you get out of these earbuds. All right. And then let's keep it moving. You got your pause when you take the earbuds out. You take one of them out your ear, your audio pauses, pull it back in, audio resumes. I always have that turned on. Notification and voice guide went through the earbuds. That's pretty much self-explanatory. I leave that turned on, and obviously have my language set to English. All right, then of course automatic download of software. Yes, turn that on. I set that to automatic as opposed to only when we are on Wi-Fi. And then of course you got initialize settings. You can go in there and you can basically do resets for your headphones. All right, either reset and then connect it to initial state, or do a factory reset going back. So you have that option there. All right. Then of course, down here at the bottom, you see where it says headphones, and you got activity. Just gives you an activity log. Logs all your time, usage time. As you can see, I have the XM4s and the Link Buds S. It logs how much time you use each of them. It just gives you full of information that you have. Then you have safe listening. So you can go ahead and start the safe listening by connecting your headphones and, go through that situation, go through them functions there to make sure you're having or performing great safe listening techniques and everything. Okay. And then of course you got your badge, basically accomplishments for utilizing or wearing the earbuds on your everyday routines and stuff like that. They give you prizes, things like that for doing things like that. Okay. And then of course, and then you slide over, you got here on left, and at the bottom, you got information. Basically gives you all the information, all the latest rather information from Sony given to the to all the Sony products that use this app. As you can see, there was a version 9.1 update that gave us the dark theme option for the app. And then of course over here tips, you can learn some useful tips on how to use the earbuds themselves. And let me make sure I cover everything. Let's go up here. The three dots. All right, here, there's the three dots in the upper right corner. You can go into your tutorials. Basically, tutorials, they walk you through how to help and everything. And then, of course, you got your software version, 1000XM4 version. You click on that. Version's up to date. All right, and then where were we? Okay. Oh, we weren't there. Actually, we were up here. Let me back up. Lost my way. All right, so now we are in a backup and restoration. Basically, if you backed up all your settings for your earbuds and you lose those earbuds or they get damaged and you had to get new ones, you can tap in, log into here, pair up your earbuds, make sure the app sees them, recognizes them, and then you can go ahead and download it back onto your new earbuds. A very useful tool there. Then of course you can launch the music center, and then you got about this app, and of course that's just giving you information and about the app itself, and then you got help, again giving you different information for different scenarios that you may encounter with the earbuds. And that is it for the Sony headphones app for the WF-1000XM4s. A very detailed app, full of features and everything. So you can really get personalize your experience with the earbuds. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and switch over. We're going to pull up some songs. We're going to do a sound test for each and see how they hold up. So stay strapped in. All right, we're back in. We're about to do the sound test for the Sony 1000XM4s. I just wanted to verify with you guys that the equalizer is set to 0, as you can see there. So there will be no equalizer help for the XM4s as we go ahead and put these guys in and lock them down. Okay. I just wanted to show that off. So now we're going to go ahead and get us some music. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and, yep, Private Eyes. I can't go wrong with them. I love the actual instruments, background instruments, and everything about within this song. So that's why I always pick to it. All right, so actually, did I just hold on? Let me make sure I don't have I did have speak to chat on. Let me turn that off. All right, so all right. So all right, we will make sure we're maxed up. Volume is at max. All right. So let's go. Okay. All right. We got good balance, good vocals, but they could be clearer. They do get good and loud. Okay. All right. I quit. All right. All right. All right. I couldn't help myself. I had to go ahead and do it. All right. So in that song, they did get nice and loud. They they're right at the they're right at, I guess, right before ear splitting. I want to say. Some songs they feel like they're not as loud. It could be louder, but as of right now with that song, they got pretty loud. The it was a balanced sound. The vocals could have been clearer. They were good vocals, but it could have been a little bit more clearer. Um, but uh, in the bass, like I said, there is no EQ help as you can see, as you saw, and the bass was okay. It was set back a little bit, but it was okay in that on that song. All right, so what we're gonna do? It was a classic rock song. Um, I did get the separation that I want that I was looking for uh, with the actual instruments, the background instruments, the keyboard, the bass guitar, um, and of course the drums. So let's go ahead. What we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and find us a new song. We're gonna go to a bass heavy song. We're gonna do Run's House. Actually, no, we're not going to do Run's House. We're going to do The Hood. Actually, you know what? No, let's do Run's House. Let's do Run's House. Let's get that 808 in there. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to get some 808. All right, here we go. Old school. Let's go. Woo! Yeah. Yeah. All right. The vocals could be clearer, but that bass is undeniable. Yes. Okay. That bass is undeniable, even with no EQ settings. The XM4s bring the bass. I could listen to that all day. I could listen to that all day. Uh, the vocals were they could have been better. They're good. They could be better. In that on that song, as like on the Private Eye song, Hall and Oates. Vocals were good. They could have been better. I guess you could say the sound separation could have been better. And like I said, it was a balanced sound. Nothing was overpowering anything, which is good. That's what you want. And but when that bass hit, it was undeniable. Like it felt like I feel like I was in a car with bass cannons in them, and every time that 808 hit, it like rattled things. So like you felt it in your bones almost. And like I said, they got loud enough. They could be a little louder. I normally don't listen to my music that loud. I'm already between 50 and 60%. I like to keep my hearing for quite a long time now. I only do that on these tests. That way we can get a accurate assessment of the earbuds. So that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get these switched over. We're going to pair up the EXs again, and we're going to put them through the paces. So like I said, everything was balanced. Vocals on both songs could have been a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more cleaner, a little bit more crisper, clearer. Uh, the bass came in the second one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the EXs and see what they got to offer. Stay strapped in. All right, we're back in. We got the EXs already paired up. Just wanted to show you guys that we are on the test listening mode, and we tap in. You can see there is no EQ help at all. Rather, the actual indicator is in the middle. Everything else is turned off, so there is no EQ help for the EXs. So we're gonna go ahead and pop these guys in. And we're going to move up to private eyes. We're going to make sure these guys are at a max volume. All right. And here we go. Okay. Already out of the box. The bass is basically non-existent. The treble and mids are pushed way up. But they get very loud. They get louder than the XM4s. And the vocals are very clear, very crisp. Separation is outstanding. Yeah, you could definitely hear the piano in the background. Okay. Yes. The bass it's like all but evaporated. I mean, you can hear them hitting the drum, but there's no warmth to it. There's no warmth to the bass. But like I said, the treble and vocals pushed way up. They get louder than the XM4s, and I think that's but just the fact that they get that loud, but they don't bring the bass up is it hurts the overall feel of these earbuds. I mean, I still like, they have the great potential, and I still like them, but they definitely need EQ help in this genre here. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and switch over to Run's house. All right. We're going to, all right, we got that queued up. Max volume. Using the touch pads on the earbuds to navigate. And here we go. Yeah, still same thing. Even the bass is trying to power through, and it's just not there. Although the vocals are very clear, and and the treble's up there. Yeah. Uh, okay, there. Fooling around with that touchpad is very sensitive. All right, so yeah, definitely there's no warmth to it. Even though the bass was trying to push through, and that's the reason why I picked these types of songs with these type of earbuds, because they're bass heavy and they couldn't even save it. So, like, all right, so like, but they get very loud. They get loud, like I said, they get louder than the XM4s, and they're very clear. The vocals are very clear. It sounds like he's sitting right there talking to, like right there, rapping to me, like, and just completely. It's how clear it is, and the mids are turned up too, but they don't rise. The bass does. They don't bring the bass up to match. At least the treble matches, so that way you can feel feel the boom of the bass like you do in the XM4. So, all right. With that being said, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we get this all cleared up, and then we'll come back in and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Okay. So stay strapped in. All right, we're back in with my final thoughts on I guess you want to say episode 1 of the Gauntlet series for the Beoplay EXs. Uh to be honest with you, uh without EQ, they do get louder. They get extremely loud. They get very much louder than the XM4s, but it's a cold sound. It's an icy sound. Um, like I said, they have no bass right out of the box. Um, uh, it, it doesn't feel warm. Like it doesn't feel warm with, as far as the audio is concerned. You definitely need the EQ to help out these earbuds, and the potential is there. The potential is so there with these guys. Um, but I just think that in their tuning, they didn't uh didn't think that through, or maybe it was intentionally that way. But other than that and the noise canceling, these are great earbuds. You get great quality sound. The vocals are fantastic. The separation of the instruments, you get that. You just don't get the bass. That's it. You just don't get the bass right out of the box. You got to use the app to bring that forward, and take care of that for you. And at least so you can at least appreciate that. With the XM4s, these guys were built for bass, in my opinion. With no EQ setting, everything was balanced. The bass hit. They didn't get as loud as the EXs. And of course, I think that's pretty much the difference here. Other than so bass goes to. I'm gonna just say. Let's say it this way. All right, because a lot of people are gonna ask about overall sound. Now, overall, as far as loud goes, as loud as EX wins that one. Overall sound, as far as balance, sounds, as far as balance, the XM4 gets balance. When you talk about clear vocals, sound separation as far as instruments, the EX gets that. Bass, so the XM4s get that. Now that we're basically at what, 2 and 2, I believe, yeah, we're at 2 and 2 apiece. Each of them got 2 checks. So now it comes down to the other intangibles. Okay. Then you got noise canceling. That goes to the XM4s. Quick charge time, XM4s. You get, let's say they both wireless, so that both works. Water resistance, that goes to the EXs. They both support fast pairing, so that takes that nixes that. And you've got multi-point pairing, that goes to the EXs. And then, of course, you got pricing that goes to the XM4. So I would, if you're counting, it's 5-4, I believe. However, I which one would I choose if I was asked, like if I had to run and I just need to only take one with me? I I would go with the Sonys if I had to choose. Uh, Mainly because of the noise canceling feature, works perfectly. Uh, like I said, it has a warmer sound as far as overall, but you can always use the app to fix that with these guys. But the noise canceling, they need to do an update to fix that on these. Other than that, once they have that fixed and possibly do something about the initial uh, tuning of as far as the treble and vocals, maybe I don't know, maybe they can fix that within there. I know you can do it with the app, but maybe they can send an update that could fix that a little bit, make it a little bit more balanced, or maybe they just don't want to. I don't know. That either way, they're fine. I love the potential in them. That's why they're going to stay in my fold. Uh, but right now, they're going through the gauntlet, and I have to be 100% honest in my assessment. Like I said, I'm not an audiophile, but I do know what I like to hear. And I just wanted to relay that to you guys. And that's where I stand on these guys. So excuse me. With that being said, that is it for episode 1 of the Gauntlet for the Beoplay EXs. If you like what you saw, or like, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to stick around and see the rest of the Gauntlet, what other earbuds I'm gonna have them go up against, just go ahead and subscribe, and then go and hit the notification bell, so that way you'll be notified when those videos drop, and you can come on in and tune in and see who else I have them go head to head against down the line. So once again, thanks for coming out and hollering at your boy, see what he's up to, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.